Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Making an Impact with Zebu Nation. And today we have for you Game 30 of the 2021 MLS regular season. And as you can see here, we're doing pretty well, but not quite as well as we were when we last left. We're in second place in the Eastern Conference now. DC United has snuck ahead of us after 29 games. We got 16 wins, 5 draws, 8 losses. Total of 53 points and a plus 16 goal differential. So our goal differential is still going strong and steady, but we are 2 points behind DC United. That's not so good. But the good news is we're also 2 games behind DC United. So we got plenty of room, plenty of time to catch up on them. And they've only got 3 games left, so they're not going to be able to score too many more points. Meanwhile, in Supporters Shield, we're sitting there in 4th place, pretty solidly there. We're 4 points up on FC Dallas, so that's pretty good. They've got one more game than us as well, so that's kind of like, being 7 points up. I don't know. I don't know how exactly that calculates, but I'm going to say 7 points because, of course, we would get that extra win. But anyway, 1 point behind Portland, 2 points, as I mentioned, behind DC United. Big challenge, though, the big challenge of the season is Colorado. They whipped us in that last game. That put them 5 points up. They're only 1 game ahead of us, so we've got a little bit of a mountain to climb there. You probably shouldn't talk about mountains in Colorado, but anyway, that's what they're famous for, so we got to climb that mountain of Colorado. And hopefully we can do it, but who knows, who knows. Let's check out the schedule and see what the schedule has in store for us. First off, we've played a few games since the last time you checked in. Last time was that 3-0 just horrible game versus Colorado. Then we went on and we played our friendly versus Bologna, our affiliate club over there in Italia. And we both played a bunch of reserves and both played a bunch of young players. We had a lot of people in there that aren't going to play much the rest of the season, so we just tried to get them a little bit of match fitness. Horvath was in there. Haynes and Gomez at central defense. Delgado, Pantami. Andre is back. We're trying to just get him fit, so we put him in there. Lopez needs a little bit of time. Mendy, Raheem Edwards as well. Those guys are good guys to come off the bench, but we need them to have a little bit more fitness if they're going to have any kind of use to us the rest of the season. And then we had Vasquez and Johnson at the strikers, the 2 young fellas. Johnson got injured a little bit, and Vasquez was again fairly ineffective at striker position. Now I did get a little bit of a suggestion in the comments from Jeremy, new commenter. He mentioned that maybe we should play Vasquez as a poacher. And looking at him, I always sort of looked at Vasquez and said, well, he doesn't really have the acceleration or the agility or the pace to be a poacher. But honestly, he doesn't have the pace to be an advanced forward either. He doesn't have the strength to be a target man. He doesn't have the playmaking ability to be like a false 9 or something like that. We know that all he's got is the finishing. I mean, everything else is just sort of okay. Bravery and composure is really good. Everything else is just sort of okay. So why not put him at poacher, I guess, is my question to myself. Maybe he doesn't have the greatest acceleration in the world. But, we want him in front of goal. That's the only thing we want him to do. Just get in front of goal and score. So poacher, it makes sense, honestly. So thanks for that suggestion, and I'll try that in the future. If he plays again, we'll see. We'll see. Might have to play him this game. I don't know. I haven't looked at the lineup yet. I probably should have done that before I hit record, but it's too late now. So anyway, after that game, that put us on a little 3-game losing streak, which was no good. So we bounced back versus Philadelphia Union. Had a good game. We had basically our starting lineup in there for the most part. Had Mane in there at left wing. Brought Raheem Edwards off the bench, but didn't really need much of anything because everybody just played outstanding. From the goalkeeper on down to Mendez, who got the player of the match with 2 goals, 8.8 rating. Kyle Larin scored another goal. D'Alessandro was everywhere with passes and assists. So it's just a great game. Philadelphia, not so good this year. Another 3 goals against poor old Vermeer. This guy just, we have torched him game after game after game. It's just nothing Philadelphia can do about it except take it and like it. Then we had sort of an uneventful 1-1 draw versus Atlanta United. Chevalier, of all people, got a goal off the set piece. Our midfield played pretty well, Agor and Ramos, but everybody else just sort of played average. We had, mostly the starting lineup in there, but for whatever reason, we just couldn't get past Atlanta. They're a good squad. Got to definitely give it to them. They've got some pretty good players in there. I see Ulloa. Powers got the player of the match. Moreno is still there. So Atlanta still is a solid team. Got the 1-1 draw against them. Then we came back 2-1 versus NYC FC, and this was a close one. D'Alessandro scored early, 6th minute mark. Then they tied it up, and we were heading towards a draw until Kyle Larin got the penalty in the 90+1 minute. Got the foul, scored the goal. Outstanding play from him. Outstanding play from D'Alessandro as well. So he's making an impact this season. Defense played well. Jaguar got in there. Had a couple of key passes, 7.6 rating. Mix is still over there for NYC. Rodrigo is still there. He didn't kill us this game. That's usually how we lose to NYC, is if Rodrigo goes off, but not this game, so that was good. That brings us to the final game versus the Red Bulls. Pretty interesting game. 3-2. We'll take a look at the highlights here. Defensively, obviously, neither team played very well with this sort of scoreline. But it was an entertaining game. And the crazy thing about this game was Johnson. Again, our young target man with 2 goals, 8.8 rating, player of the match. I mean, look at this guy. Let's click on him and take a proper look. He's a 2-star guy, 2.5-star potential, so he's not really going to get much better. And if you look at him, just his stats are, his abilities are okay. Physically, anyway, he's fine. Mentally, he's got some interesting, intangibles. Work rate, teamwork, determination, flair. 16 flair is interesting for a target man. He shoots with power, so that could be how he's getting his goals. But technically, he's pretty bad. 6 passing, real bad. Long shots of 7. Heading and finishing are just sort of marginal, like the minimum. Same with first touch and dribbling. All of those are just sort of minimum, If I saw this guy in the super draft, I don't know that I would take him. I don't know that I would pick this guy unless it was, 3rd or 4th round and I needed a target man to be the 3rd striker, maybe 4th striker, something like that. He is one of our academy players, and that's why he's here. He's been with us for a long time, since 2017. You can see here he's just sort of knocked around on loan since he's been here. He got 0 games last year at Sacramento Republic. That's no good. 3 appearances, 1 goal total. No starts. And then this year he comes in 15 appearances, 12 goals, 2 assists, 4 players of the match, a 7.41 rating. It's unbelievable. This just happens sometimes in FM. I've noticed a guy just gets on a hot streak. I don't know the reason. Nobody knows the reason. Just the numbers just line up for this guy. And he starts, he starts killing it. So there we go. We'll take a look at the highlights, I guess. Might as well. See some entertainment here instead of me just blabbing on. Take a look at these goals. Like I said, this was a fun game. This is one of those games you kind of like to coach because there's, action and there's stuff happening. Right off the get-go here, D'Alessandro goes right around his man. Sends one in, and there's Johnson just sort of scooting it past. Again, why is a target man doing that? You know, how is a target man beating the back line like that? I don't know, but here's D'Alessandro. This is the highlight I was thinking of. He just goes right around his man. He's got all kinds of space, crosses it back, and Johnson just redirects it. 2 goals where he just sort of had to put a foot on it, just touch it, and gets it past the goalkeeper. Here's Johnson once again, dropping it back to Pantami, busts it forward for Carlos Alberto. Going to be seeing a lot more of him. He gets it to Andre, and we're cruising. 3 goals. 3-0, and then 88th minute, New York mounts a furious comeback. Philippe gets it out wide. Oh, we lost track of Peterson to Ebabisi. Mix those 2 letters around. But anyway, that was just sort of lazy defending there. And then here's Ebabisi again, winning one, and he's going to bang it downfield. And there's Peterson again. Where were these guys all game? I don't know. But then chips one past Thiago. 94th minute, too little, too late. Couldn't get the 3rd goal, so they made it interesting at the end. But going up 3-0 early, pretty happy with that. So yeah, we got some weird stuff going on with our players. We have had, I do believe, transfer. You might want to take a look at. Maybe? No, maybe not. I must be thinking, I'm thinking of my other save. Okay. Other save, I sold somebody important. This save, I did not sell anyone important. You know, we know about the Bruno save, or the sale. But anyway, enough imagination. Let's get to today's matchup with none other than New England Revolution. Last time, lost to them 2-1, so this is a bit of a revenge match. We got to, get into playoff form, and New England's a team that we could definitely face in the playoffs. They're sitting there, they're behind us pretty well in the competition right now, but they're going to be in the wild card, no doubt about it. They're one of the top 4 teams in the conference. So we definitely have a very good chance of facing New England in the next round. So we got to play them. All right. I guess we're going with the Z formation. Hadn't planned on that, but it's been like a week since I played. Last time I played was Sunday. So we got Kyle Larin injured. That was the problem. He's being rehabilitated. He'll be back in 3 days, so we're going to save Kyle Larin. Not going to risk him. We could bring in, we could go crazy and try out Vasquez at the poacher. That's something we could do, considering we just talked about it. We got Johnson up there at target man right now. I mean, what formation did we use last time against New England? We used this formation against New England last time. So let's change it up. Do it over. Let us go with form number 2. Yeah. We'll take out Shamit Shom, and we'll bring in our man. Where is he? He's probably at the bottom. Vasquez. There he is. Bring in Vasquez. Put him at poacher, even though he's not, This is where maybe the numbers lie a little bit, because it says he's supposed to be an advanced forward, but he doesn't score goals as an advanced forward. So let's see. Let's do it. Everybody else, do we want to put our defense in there? It's a good question. Yes, we probably do. Jaguar for Rabat. Get out of there. And then, this is the kind of stuff I normally do off camera. And then Chevalier for Garner. There we go. Do we want to switch these guys around? Yeah, I guess we do. Okay. Pantami and Vallo. That's not supposed to be our starting lineup, is it? Duverne is still injured, of course. Who's our other left fullback? Do we have another left fullback? Bosic is out. Dasovic. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. That looks better. That looks better. Andre is in there. I think we want to bring a Gore back in there to have that little bit of playmaking to go along with Lopez. Because as I mentioned at the beginning of the season, like... No. There we go. Put Andre. Okay. So we got... Yeah, that makes sense. Never mind. This is what I'm doing. Get out of here. Don't question me. Let's go. Hand that over to the assistant coach. Managing lineups sometimes is tricky. You know, you got to... sometimes you got to manage the egos. At this point, not so much. Like, everybody is pretty harmonious on this team. But it's just in terms of, like, which players do you get in there and who has chemistry with each other. And that's... I just made a mistake there by taking Lopez out, right? Because Lopez has the chemistry with Agor, so I should probably switch that around, which I guess I will do now that I'm thinking about it, talking about it, rambling about it. Yeah. Speaking of ramblings and things going on, last week was not a good week. I'm going to make that change. You know, I came back from like the month-long break, and we had those audio problems. Not happy with those audio problems. And that kind of bums you out sometimes when you make mistakes like that, because they're, you know, obviously public mistakes. People are watching the video. But it was nice to see, like, people commenting, and, you know, nobody mentioned anything about the audio problems, and, you know, everybody just sort of commented as usual and watched the videos, and that was nice. So thank you for that, everyone who watches and subscribes. You know, I'm not somebody who gets, like, all emotional about this kind of stuff, and it's like, you know, oh, I love everybody. You know, you get people who say that, like, in every video. But I do want to say thanks, because, you know, that does help when you're doing this and you're just doing it for fun and to entertain people. It's nice to know that people are there and are watching and are commenting, so thanks, and thanks again. All right, so there we go. Who do we got on the bench? Of course, we got our normal guys on the bench. Mendez, Mane, Andre, Benzaza. Switch those two around. Gomez, Delgado, and Horvath are on the bench, so we shall submit that team. Vasquez is lacking match sharpness, but that's okay. All right, that crowd still sounds loud. I'm not going to just slough it off this time. Last time I just said, you know what, maybe it'll be loud to me, but not loud to everyone else. Still seems kind of loud. Okay, I think I fixed it. I hope I fixed it. I've tested it. It seems reasonable. Hear that? That seems reasonable, right? It's still there. I like the crowd sound. Some people would just say turn the crowd sounds off. I don't care. But I like the crowd sounds. They just need to be at a manageable level. All right, so here we go. Going formation number 2. You've already seen most of this. Thiago, Dasovic, and Valo at fullbacks. Valo's still working on them yellow cards. Jaguar, Chevalier at central defense. Agor Lopez did make that change in the midfield. Alberto, D'Alessandro, Johnson, and Vasquez up top. Johnson, he's our highest rated player and our top goal scorer. It's unbelievable. And yet there he is. All right. So they got Piedrahita in at goal. Interesting. Miller, Fabio, I'm not recognizing many of these names except for Tinnerholm. He's been there for a long time. Will Trapp is still there. I think they got him a couple of seasons ago from Columbus. Roldan is still there. They got him from Seattle. Kellen Rowe, Fagundes, and Nemeth are up there killing it in terms of assists and goals. 6 goals, 7 assists for Fagundes. And Nemeth, 8 goals, 4 assists. All right. Watch out for those guys. All right, assistant, you do the pep talk. That's fine. Let's take a look at the instructions. Apply the advice. Once again, Wilfred has so much to say, so much advice to give. We're going to close down, tightly mark Fagundes and Nemeth. And we're going to keep an eye on old Tinnerom over there. All right. So there we go. Tunnel talk. Stuart Hernandez from USA Today approaches you in the tunnel. Both teams have come into this one on good forms. Assistant coach. How about that? How about that? Gillette Stadium is actually looking pretty good. Pretty sizable crowd. Probably like 30,000 in their 60,000 seat massive arena. One of the last teams to be playing in a football stadium. An American football stadium. An NFL stadium. Atlanta, you could argue, is in a football stadium, but you know, that's a dual purpose. It's shared. It's unlike most of these other... Oh, here we go. Here's Johnson on the attack. Target man. Playing around with it. Gore, see if he can do something. There's that combination, Alberto. Nope. I don't know why Johnson was out so wide, but anyway. So yeah, Atlanta's is a purpose-built, dual-purpose soccer and football stadium. Gillette Stadium is not. It's an NFL stadium that they're just using, which very few teams left are doing that. Will Trapp with the interception. The Met trying to go 1-on-6 here against our defense. Not so good. Gonna drop it back to Roldan. Being a little bit patient. We got to keep it away from Will Trapp. Dasovic, nice play, I guess. Luckily, no, but luckily they didn't have a poacher. If they had a poacher, that could have been disastrous. Thiago, what are you doing? My man. Dribbling the ball out so far just for nothing but a turnover. Trapp and Roldan playing well. Nemeth trying to play it forward to Fagundes. Off the post. Jaguar has to boot it out of there. Not happy with D'Alessandro just heading it out, but at least that ended the threat. 6 minutes down, and we are rolling. Let's see. We don't really need to look at the league table, do we? No. We don't need that either, since we have that right below it. Action zones. Meh. Focus of attack. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. I got a text. No, don't want to read that. Focus of attack. 75% down the right wing, huh? Or is it the left wing? Hard to tell. Trap. All right. So New England seems to be getting all the highlights here. Met again trying to play it forward. That was an outstanding pass, but Thiago is there on the save. That was some great vision from the Met right there. Tinnerom now is going to keep the pressure on. Gets it to Kellen Rowe. Trap. Roldan in front of goal. Not so good. We're not putting any pressure on these boys. We're just not playing well, I think, is the problem. I think this might be a spiritual problem, not necessarily a technical problem. So let's yell at the boys. Let's say, like, show some passion. Get out there. So let's fight for the jersey and the fans and the whatnots. Nice turnover. Tinnerom. They're sort of beating us up in the midfield right now. Hello. It's like a preseason game. What's happening? I mean, I know I took a month off, but I didn't expect my players to take a month off as well. This is just ridiculous. Trap forward to Rowe. Defense slow to react. Nemeth just sort of trips over the ball. And then Thiago's not paying attention. There we go. All of a sudden, 2-0. Let's show some passion. Tactics help. What do you got for me? Nothing. Nothing. All right, so I'm thinking we need to do a little bit more direct passing here. Try to get the ball down there. Let Johnson and Vasquez do something with it. Because they're beating us up in the midfield, so maybe we can just circumvent the midfield by bombing it deep. Valo. There we go. Free kick. Jaguar's not going to get there. That's not really his forte. Alberto to Vasquez. Long shots is not what he does best. We looked at that just a minute ago. Obviously, creativity is not really what he does best either, but we're going to send it long. There's D'Alessandro. He's got two guys in front of net, and look who it is. It's that man again. Matt Johnson. This is how he does it. I mean, he's not spectacular. He's just in the right place at the right time. He lets his guy D'Alessandro do all the work, and he just stands there. Boot. Goal. Another day at the office. All right, so that gets us back. 26 minutes gone. There's still a ton of time left. Down a goal. So the direct passing, I like to think, had a direct effect onto that goal. You saw him bomb it downfield. There's a yellow for Desovic. That's no good. Gets them a free kick. Fagundes. Back to row. Good defense. Jaguar. Let's start the counterattack. D'Alessandro. He's going to have to... No, get it to Vasquez. Vasquez, you got man streaking. There's that guy Johnson. Huffing and puffing downfield. Can he return the favor to D'Alessandro? He does. D'Alessandro can't score. Alberto, though, on the rebound. Look at Carlos Alberto. He was supposed to be the wonder kid this year. He was supposed to be the guy who set the league on fire. He hasn't done poorly by any stretch, but here's Johnson. That's a good pass. D'Alessandro, not such a great finish, but then we got the goalkeeper just playing, he doesn't know which side to look, taking shots from all angles, and there we go. Tie it up. Took a little while for the boys to remember what they were doing, but we're back in it. 34 minutes. Now we'll see if New England tries to come back, tries to come forward at us. If they do, maybe we can catch them in another counterattack, which that was a counterattack. Off the good defensive play. Struggle to control possession. Yes, that's true, but that's by design. Valo has been booked. Yeah, we'll tell him to ease off tackles. 6.3 rating and a yellow. I think we'll have to get Valo out of there. That seems to me like a good idea. We've got a couple of defensive subs on the bench. So we might as well use them. So that was a good half. 2-2. Exciting game. Played pretty well after we made a little bit of strategic changes. I think we'll stick with it, right? Changing it up worked. I think we'll stick with it. The only change I'm going to make, let me look at the list here to make sure I'm subbing out the right guy, is Valo. Yeah, we're going to bring in Delgado for Valo. Tim Delgado, 22 years old, valued at $950K. Jumping reach, not so much. Defensive ability, not so much. Got good mentals, good, he's not great. Let's just tell it what it is. He's unambitious. Even though he's got 13 determination, he's probably not going to get any better than this. So he's a guy. He's on the roster. He's replaceable, but he doesn't have a yellow card, so we're putting him in the game. Pep talk. Let's avenge what happened last time. Already scored more goals than last game. So let's go. Let's get the win. Let's pull it out. have another dramatic late game victory. Although we don't have Kyle Larin to, pull us out of the fire. We got plenty of other options. Already seen D'Alessandro's playmaking ability. He got another assist. He got credited for that rebound on Alberto's goal, so that gives him 2 assists. Uh-oh, here we go. Another set piece. Tinnerholm. We got the steal last time. See if we can do it again. Steal and counterattack, boys. Roldan with the shot deflected. Thiago has to make a diving save. Those deflections are difficult. I don't care what sport you're playing, what position you're playing, how good of a goalkeeper you are. Anytime the ball gets deflected, sometimes it's hard to track. All right. 53 minutes. How are we looking? All right, we got Valo out of there, and Delgado's already got a 6.7 rating, so that has definitely worked out in our favor. Jaguar is not looking too hot at a 6.4. Do we take Jaguar out for Gomez? 23-year-old central defender. Yeah, I don't know. We'll give it a few minutes. Here's another highlight. Let's see who's going to get it. Delgado with the steal. Already making moves. Oh, look at Johnson. Out wide. Alberto. Is he going to get his... No. Good move from Johnson. Using that flare, I suppose, to jump over a tackle. Is that what flare is good for? It's sort of nebulous as to what exactly flare does for you. Natural's talent for the creative and unpredictable. I don't know. That's, doesn't quite give you a hard and fast idea of what it is, what it does. Maybe that's by design, right? I mean, I'm sure it's by design, but just the nature of creativity. Here we go. Lopez with a diving header. That was insanity. Nice steal by Johnson. Again, that man making plays. Gets it up to Vasquez. He gets dispossessed. Like I said, we don't want him with the ball. We just want him to score goals. And that's why. All right, here we go. Free kick. Lopez drops it back to Alberto. Is he going to try a left footer? Deflection off side. Agor could have got a nice tap in there, but I think half the team was offside. 79 minutes. This second half has raced by. Vasquez with a steal. Gets it forward to Johnson, who's a much better playmaker. Drops it off to Agor. He's got 2 men rushing forward. Lopez. Ooh. Piedrahita had to make a diving stop there. We got for analysis here. Ease off tackles. No. Corner play. Agor has to chase it down. Alberto is there. He's going to take a shot. Not happy about that. But D'Alessandro is going to track it down. I haven't told them to work it in the box yet. I don't think I will. It's going too well here. Desovic. Again, Jaguar hasn't gotten any better. Yeah, I think. I mean, even though he is our captain currently, Chevalier is, a fine leader in his own right. No, he's not. 10 leadership. That's not so good. I was thinking of somebody else. But anyway, we're going to bring in Gomez. Anybody else needs replacing? I don't think so. I think we're okay. So Jaguar not having a great game. We'll see what Gomez can do. His strength is marking, tackling. His jumping reach is not good, but neither is Jaguar, so we're not losing that. Gomez has nice leadership. Work rate. He's all right. He's okay. 88 minutes. Saik passes it into Fagundes. What's going to go on here? Is this going to be a counterattack that we want, that we need? Nemeth sends it out wide to Tinnerholm. Back post. Delgado, risky header. Could have just let that one go out of bounds. Roll down. Oh, one-handed stop by Thiago. Wow. He just had to swat that one out of the sky. As D'Alessandro wins the corner, nobody there to go after it. He's going to try to chase down Nemeth, sort of too little, too late. Back out wide to Saik. One touch to Fagundes. Shot wide. That was a nice little technical play there by those two players, but they couldn't quite finish. 89 minutes, 2 minutes of stoppage time. Vasquez. Got defenders all around him. Going to drop it back to Delgado. Forward to D'Alessandro. He's going to beat his man. Can he get around him? No. Saik is too good out there on that left fullback. Chips it forward for Nemeth. Gomez is there. Great header to Lopez. Johnson, he's got a couple of men streaking. Tries to get it to Vasquez. What can Vasquez do with it? Crosses it. Lopez. Just off. Whoa, we got some transformers going on there. Sliding across the field. Chevalier taking the free kick. Out wide to Alberto. Centering pass is deflected. Cross, I suppose that was. Deflected. Delgado's going to have to make something out of this. Thankfully, he does not score an own goal. Thank you. Did cause Thiago a little bit of a heart palpitations there. A gore to Johnson. No. 30 seconds to go. Nemeth tries to get past Chevalier. Can't do it. Johnson. One final attack, possibly. Here's our poacher. Nope. Not fast enough. Doesn't have the speed to go after it. Agor misses the header, but comes back and gets the steal. And there it is. 2-2 draw. It's an eventful first half and much less eventful second half. But we got the draw. We salvaged it after going down early. That was, not what we need going down to the end of the season, but good enough. It doesn't lose us much in the way of position. It loses us 2 points, theoretically. But anyway, competitions-wise, we're now 1 point back of DC United, 4 points back of Colorado. We're now tied with Portland. But we got the same number of games now as Colorado and Portland. Only 1 game behind DC United. So that did set our championship bid back a little bit. Let's see what the schedule has remaining. 4 games. 4 games to win it all. Should we just play every game, 1 game per video? I guess that kind of makes sense. So we'll do that this week. Will be the end of the season. Play Atlanta, Columbus, Seattle, and Toronto. So it's 3 Eastern Conference games and decent Western Conference. They're 8th place, so that's pretty good. So that looks like a good schedule going forward. That looks like a good idea. Have Kyle Aaron back. Maybe we'll go back to the Z formation. I don't know. But we'll figure something out and try to get some wins instead of draws or losses. You know how that works. Anyway, I'm rambling now again. Let's end the video. Until next time, see you later. Bye-bye.